Interaction with a Muslim. By His Divine Grace Śrīla Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Mahārāja. The following is an excerpt from a new book, Pearls of Devotion. This book is a collection of divine sermons of a pure devotee, most revered Śrīla Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Mahārāja, the most affectionate disciple of Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, the Acharya of Shri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. After Śrīla Gurudev, Śrīla Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Mahārāja took sannyas just prior to Indian independence, 1947, and afterward, he went on an extended preaching tour throughout India and East Pakistan, modern-day Bangladesh, with several devotees. While in Jamurkeep Kulla in Mehman Singh district, Śrīla Gurudev gave a lecture in a pandal set up at the local high school. More than 1,000 people of both Hindu and Muslim faiths were present in the audience that gathered that day. Several local policemen gave Śrīla Gurudev a friendly warning that following partition, the situation was tense in the new country of Pakistan. He was told to be careful about what he said and did because the government was watching him. If complaints were made that something he said went against Pakistan's interests, he could be jailed. After having received this warning and seeing the large numbers of police officers present in the crowd, Śrīla Gurudev started to worry about the difficulties a devotee would have to face if put in prison, where contact with untouchable foodstuffs would be inevitable. Seeking to avoid any possibility of trouble, he requested the listeners to save their questions for the end of his discourse, at which time he would leave 15 to 20 minutes to address them. He also said that he would entertain further inquiries on matters not related to his lecture in his quarters at another time. He requested that no one interrupt the lecture to ask questions, for it would disrupt the proceedings and cause a disturbance to the other listeners. Despite this request, however, after Śrīla Gurudev had been speaking for half an hour, a Maulvi, Muslim priest, stood up and asked, "What is the reasoning behind the Hindu custom of worshipping idols, Bhoot Parasti?" Many of the people in the audience were irritated by the interruption and told him to be quiet and Śrīla Gurudev not to answer. But Śrīla Gurudev welcomed the question asked by Maulvi by praising it, saying that it was deserving of an answer from which everyone present could profit. Furthermore, by answering it he would not wander from the subject under discussion, but would rather enrich it. He then proceeded to deal with the question of Maulvi as follows. He said that before answering him, he wished to ask him a question. "Do you believe in God, Khuda?" "Of course I do." "Do you believe in omnipotence of Khuda?" The Maulvi loudly declared, "Khuda is all-powerful." Śrīla Gurudev then laughed and said, "There, you have your answer." Not realizing the implications of the word omnipotent, the Maulvi was at first confused by the answer of Śrīla Gurudev. So Gurudev started to clarify by asking, this time with the help of an example, "Is God powerful enough to take a Mehman Singh elephant and to push him through the hole of the smallest needle without even harming a hair on his body?" When the Maulvi remained silent, Śrīla Gurudev continued, "Perhaps Maulvi Sahib does not know the extent of powers of Khuda, but the fact is that nothing is impossible for the omnipotent Lord. Kartum akartum anyatha kartum yah samartha saev Ishvara. He can do whatever he wishes, not do something if he does not wish to do it, or undo or change whatever he has done. The Supreme Lord is all-powerful and nothing is beyond his abilities. The omnipotent Lord is not limited to the powers which we ascribe to him. That is not what is meant by omnipotence. The Sarvashaktiman is one who possesses all powers imaginable and unimaginable. Once we have accepted that the Supreme Lord is omnipotent, we cannot say, he can do such and such, but not this or that. So, in accordance with his wishes, the supremely powerful Lord can appear in any form he desires, at any time, with his full complement of powers. If you say that he cannot, then there is no point in claiming that he is all-powerful. Any figure that a man may create out of the 5 elements, or any entity that he imagines with his material mind, whether with form or formless, is all material. That is what we call a putla or idol. There is no regulation in Sanatan Dharma for the worship of such idols. What is ordained, rather, is service to the Lord's deity form or Shri Vigraha. The Shri Vigraha is that form which the all-powerful Supreme Lord feels obliged to accept as a result of his devotees' love for him. There is a gulf of difference between an idol and the Lord's deity form. Even though the Lord's deity form is purely spiritual, Chidanandamay, a materially conditioned soul is unable to recognize him, just as he would be unable to recognize the Lord if he appeared directly before him. One can only perceive the Lord's divine form with the eyes of pure devotion. A vision of the Lord which has not been earned is not a true vision of the Lord.